the four angels who will be with God on Judgment Day. From the beginning of time, the Bible shows us that God has never acted alone. Throughout history, He has sent angels, powerful messengers who carry out His purpose with strength, precision, and perfect obedience. But there is one moment recorded in Scripture that stands out above all others. A moment where four extraordinary angels appeared together, right at the edge of humanity's final chapter. A moment tied directly to the end of the world and Judgment Day. Today, we're exploring who these four angels are, what their mission is, and why their role matters for every single person living on earth. The story begins in the book of Revelation, chapter 7. John, the last living apostle, receives a vision that shakes him to the core. In this vision, he sees four mighty angels standing at what the Bible calls the four corners of the earth: north, south, east, and west. These angels aren't ordinary messengers. They're guardians, warriors, final executors of God's plan for the world. While these specific angels aren't named, common interpretations and traditions often associate key archangels with Judgment Day roles, including Michael, justice or warrior; Gabriel, messenger or herald; Raphael, healing or guidance; and Uriel, wisdom or prophecy. In their hands, they hold the power to release the winds of judgment, winds that symbolize destruction, cleansing, and the closing of human history as we know it. But before these angels can act, something important happens. A voice from heaven cries out, telling them, "Do not harm the earth, the sea, or the trees until the servants of God are sealed." In that single command, we see something beautiful about God's character. Even when judgment draws near, God never forgets His people. He pauses the entire process to protect those who belong to Him. But who exactly are these four angels, and what are they preparing to do? According to the prophecy, these four angels stand as God's final sentinels over the earth. Their mission is both terrifying and comforting. First, they are responsible for holding back the four winds. In the Bible, these winds represent chaos, war, disaster, destruction, and global shaking. The angels restrain these forces, not because God lacks power, but because He is patient. Every moment they hold back the winds is another moment for someone to wake up spiritually, to return to God, to choose a different path. Second, the angels prepare the world for God's seal. Before judgment falls, the righteous, those who walk with God, receive a spiritual seal on their foreheads. This seal isn't visible to human eyes, but it is known in the spiritual realm. It symbolizes protection, identity, and belonging. The angels stand guard, ensuring nothing begins until God's people are securely marked. If you believe in God's judgment, comment "I believe" in the comments section. And third, when the final command comes, these angels will release the winds. This will set the end-time events of Revelation into motion. These are not gentle, soft angels holding harps. These are warriors, similar to the angels who warned Noah of the coming flood, who destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, and who protected Daniel in the lion's den. They are angels of justice, carrying out God's final will. When the winds are finally released, the world enters a time of shaking like never before. The Bible describes nations rising against nations, natural disasters intensifying, spiritual deception spreading, and humanity experiencing a final separation between good and evil. But even in this chaos, everything that happens moves towards one ultimate purpose: the return of Jesus and the restoration of God's kingdom. Judgment is not simply about destruction, it is about renewal. It is the closing of a broken world and the opening of a perfect one. The story of the four angels may sound mysterious, but it carries powerful lessons for us today. First, it shows us that God is in control. Even when the world seems chaotic, nothing happens without His permission. There is order behind what seems like disorder. Second, it reminds us that God's mercy delays judgment. The angels hold back the winds because God is giving humanity more time to change, to return to Him, to choose life. And third, the story teaches us that every person has a choice. God's seal is not forced on anyone. It is offered to those who walk with Him, those who live with faith, obedience, love, and trust. And finally, this prophecy shows us that the purpose of judgment is not to frighten us, but to prepare us. It reminds us that this world is temporary, but God's kingdom is eternal.